Hello, and welcome to another video on Explained. And as you may have seen from the title, and maybe that's why you are here, we are checking out the very new update of the flight factor Airbus A350-900. This is a long-awaited update from the flight factor, and I believe it wasn't it was formerly QPAC, but now they have a new name. I cannot remember what's their name, but they are a aircraft designer as well. So the both of them were having some issues, but now they are finally coming back together to update this Airbus A350. So I'm going to be showing you some of the updates that have been done on this A350. Today we are flying from Hanoi, Vietnam on this Vietnam Airlines SkyTeam livery, and we are going to be flying to Nagoya in Japan. This is a night flight, so we are going to be arriving at Nagoya at about, let me have a look here. We should be arriving about 8:30 in the morning at Japan. So a very good timing flight. You won't be able to see much out of Vietnam here, but we should have a good view when we descend into Japan. So coming into the cockpit, just quickly a few things. I have actually done this flight yesterday, so I know a few different things that need to be addressed. So the very first thing, you can see these buttons over here, the white buttons. They are light up way too bright. So hopefully this is a beta version, so hopefully they are going to fix this issue. Coming to the options panel here, there is a new option called the Joystick Actions. Um, in default, the reversers on the same axis is on, but that was causing some issues with the throttle, where it basically go all the way like past this I don't know what you call threshold. Um, so yeah, they have to fix the throttle issue. But for the rest of the stuff, it's basically the same, at least on there. So coming over here, um, the long-awaited seat star is now available. So I'm going to show you how it's done. We are departing on runway 11 right. As you can see, we can select 11 right, and then there is a seat, which was not available before. We are using Hakka to Charlie departure today, and you can see seat over here, and you can see on the ND the runway shows up and the seat is showing up as well. For the transitions, there is none, so we can go to temporary flight plan and go to insert, and there we go. On the ND, we now have the seat for the departure. Passengers have loaded up. We still have 11 minutes to go. For arrival, we are using runway 36. Approach is going to be 36 Yankee via, I will have to double check that. We are not going through the CBE, so we don't need that. Star, we are going to be using cards. This one. There we go. Transition, and there's none. Alright, insert flight planned. And if we go over here, you can see there is the runway, the go around, and the hold. And if we scroll further in, there is the star over here.
And on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, I'd just like to give you a warm welcome on board the aircraft. As you may have noticed, we've now closed the doors and expect to be departing in just a few moments. If you could get yourself seated and secured while we get ready for pushback, it would be most appreciated. If you require any assistance from the cabin crew, please press the button above your head and be sure to listen to the safety briefing that we'll be playing in a few moments. You'll hear from me again once we reach our cruising altitude, but for now, once again, welcome on board and thank you for flying with us.
So I don't know why, but the APU start button actually takes a while to activate. Right, so I was supposed to show you this. So on the fuel and load page, um, we can enter the data, but it doesn't really work. So just as an example here, our zero fuel weight is 171.5. Here we go, 171.5. Zero fuel weight, center of gravity, I'm not sure, so I'm going to use the trim, which is 28. Block fuel is, well, I'll just put a random number because it doesn't work. So I'll put like 180, and you can see it just doesn't enter. And reserve fuel, we have 6.4. So if I enter 6.4, yeah, I'm not sure, like it just doesn't seem to be working. So I'm not sure what's the issue here. Maybe they haven't finished like um, designing this page or something, I'm not sure. Passengers, we have 189. And yeah, when you enter all this information, you are supposed to get like your estimated fuel on board by the time you get to your destination. But obviously the information here is not complete, so we cannot see those information. Takeoff performance, this is basically the same. We calculate it over here. And we have V1 162, rotate 167, V2 169. So we have 162, 167, and 169. And we are using flex temp of 57 and flaps 2. Alright, we can disconnect the external power. And we can call the tuck. And so basically this cursor here, so like the mouse thingy on the touchpad, it actually lags like quite a lot. So when I'm moving around, it actually lags behind. Um, so it's not very smooth. I'm not sure if that's because of how they coded it, but yeah, it just doesn't feel very smooth. I hope that they will like fix this because it just like, yeah, it just feels like very heavy. It's not very easy to use. All right, let's disconnect all of our ground services. and close all the doors. Alright, that looks good.
Okay, Captain, all secure below. Pod check completed. Steering disengaged. Standing by for brake release. Ready to push out.
APU bleed on. ECAM is on auto, and we are ready for start, so we can start the pushback.
Copy, brakes released. Clear to start engine.
So as you can see, in terms of like the design and stuff, it's actually, I couldn't tell the difference. I feel like it's exactly the same, although they say that they have reworked the texture of the cockpit, but I just couldn't see it. Let's arm the doors. There we go. Alright, let's turn off the packs.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, we are clear right and clear left. Let's start engine number 2. So I'm using a different sound pack. So all the switches and the engine sounds and everything else, it will sound different to the original sounds. I will put a link in the description below if you are interested to download the sound pack. Um, it is on Patreons. You pay $5 and they have a lot of different aircraft that you can download. So there is sound pack for like the 737, 320s, the 747s, the A380, the 787, obviously the 350. They have for GA aircraft like the 172, and in the private jets. So there's a lot of options if you don't want to like buy it from like the store dot explain, which is like very expensive. You can yeah, go to that. Yeah, you can go to that Patreons. You just pay $5 a month. Well, you can just like subscribe to a month, and you can basically download all the aircraft sound pack for just yeah $5, which is very cheap. If you buy just like for a single sound pack on the store.explain, it could be like 20-25 US dollars. So it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, like I don't like the sound of the switches. It just sounds very like fake. But the engine noise is very good. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Alright, two good engines. After start checklist. NTS is not required. Spoilers arm, flaps. I will set it a bit later. Trim is 28. We can sort that out later. So let's start the pushback. Sorry, I mean the taxi, not the pushback. Alright, lights on. And let's get going. We are clear left and clear right. I'm not sure if you can hear the engine noise, but it's very subtle. It's actually quite similar to the real life, because in the real life, the A350 engines are quite quiet, so you can't really hear like the engine noise in the real life. But when we do our takeoff, you can definitely hear it. It's actually, I think it's actually pretty close to real life. Um, I have flown the A350 a couple of times, so it actually sounds quite similar. Alright, elevators, full up, full down, ailerons, full left, and full right. Flaps 2. Yeah, you can hear the flap sounds. It's actually really nice. Um, yeah, so they actually did a really good job with the engines and the flap sounds. But just the switches, I feel like they probably should edit that. I just don't like the sounds. Right, so we have flaps 2 green, trim 28, and ECAM status, takeoff config, check. Signs are on, cabin is inform, spoilers is arm, flaps is takeoff, auto brakes, rotate, takeoff config test is completed. ECAM status checked. Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist complete. Alright, we are here at the runway. We are ready to take off. Cabin is not secure yet, but it should be right now. Alright, I'll be putting my mic down since I need my hand to perform the takeoff. Once we are a bit closer to Nagoya, I will be coming back and do a approach brief for Nagoya. But for now, enjoy the takeoff
Approaching 1 right.
out of Hanoi, and definitely listen to the engine sound. It's really good. So yeah, I'll talk to you all a bit later.
On runway 1 right.
Alright, as you can see, we are about to approach the top of descent. Since it's not going to automatically do it, I will have to press the descent so that it can initiate that descent. As you can see, we have the green dot, which is our BNAV path. So that's what we are going to follow. So for the descent preparation checklist, weather is 200 at 6 knots, visibility more than 10, few clouds at 2500, temperature 270.23, QNH 1010, and no significant changes. So we can set that to 1010. So I'm entering the data here at the approach page, and as you can see, we have a tailwind and a crosswind. We are going to be using flaps full. Transition level is flight level 140. I am pulling out the charts here. So we are going to be using runway 36 as planned. The terminal is somewhere like halfway down the runway, so we probably should vacate as soon as possible. And you may have noticed the speeds actually change. The the window sort of I don't know what you call it, but it gets like quite high. So we are now approaching 225 knots, and our descent is actually really fast. Hopefully that will slow down. There we go. We are approaching the red line now. So maybe that's some issue with either with the code, or because just now I have to go on manage speed because the speed was 272 knots for some reason. So that could be because of the flight plan. As you can see, the flight plan here, it says 273 knots. So I'm suspecting that that could be the reason why the flight plan is causing some issues with the speeds over there. Back to the charts. So I'll just try to get to the iOS 36 Yankee. There we go. Miss approach, turn left. Climb to 3,000 feet via outbound CBE BOR. Radio of 210, right. Turn right, direct to CBE BOR and hold. Right, okay, so basically it wants us to turn left climb to 3,000 feet, and then at the radio 210 of the CBE, which is Chubu VOR, we have to make a right turn. It's a bit confusing, but I think it should be showing up on the navigation display, so we can just follow that. Oh, actually, I think iOS Zulu is better. Let's see if we can change that. I've never tried it before. So, we're actually really high. Let's descend down to say 5,000. Oh, actually we are probably alright. Turn on the terrain radar. And as you can see on the navigation display, once it goes past about 65 nautical miles, it just sort of cut off. So there's this solid line over here. Just looks a bit weird. Hopefully they will fix that. Right, so let's go to the arrivals. So runway 36, we are using iOS 36 Zulu. Via none, star is charts, transition is none. So let's see what is going to happen here. So if we insert this, right, okay, so once we get to Natch, okay, there's a discontinuity, so we can just delete that. That should fix it. There we go. Nicely done. And you can see cart's arrival over here, and then we have the misapproach. Right, for iOS Zulu, misapproaches climb to 500 feet on the heading of the runway, make a left turn on heading 165 to intercept and proceed outbound via the Chubu VOR, radio 210 to 3,500 feet, then make a left turn at 16.4 DME of Chubu, counterclockwise arc to probe and hold. Crossed CBE, which is Chubu VOR of radio 210 at 11 DME at 3,500 feet, contact. Send rare approach. I have no idea what any of those mean, so we'll just follow the charts on the ND navigation display. Our Cat 1 decision height is 215 feet, so we can set that to 215. There we go. And auto brakes we can use 2. That should work. NTIs is not required. Yeah, some beautiful scenery here, but I do not have any auto photos, so this is only the default scenery. Right, we'll just keep our speed as it is. Continue descent down to 5,000 feet, which is our constraint. And then transitioned right now. So we have to set it to 1010. There we go. I don't know why the speed is playing up on this flight. We might have to just do manage speed. Let's maybe keep it at 240 so that we don't get we don't get too slow. Otherwise it's going to take ages. Alright, we don't need the logo lights, we need the navigation, we need beacons, we need the strobe. We can turn on those later. Everything else is looking good. Maybe... oh, wait, we already have the 80s for Nagoya, but I cannot hear anything. Maybe it is not working. It should be, but I'm not sure why it's not. That's weird. Anyway, I'll just double check here that we have the latest weather. I think we should have it. Yeah, Sim2Kit Pro seems to be a little bit buggy these days. I can't seem to refresh the weather, so it should be pretty accurate. Alright, passing 10,000 feet, landing lights, turn off lights, seatbelts, and I was going to say Sim2Kit Pro, which is incorrect. Self-loading cargo is going to do its thing. It will just turn the seatbelts on automatically. There we go. Seatbelts on. Exterior lights on, seatbelts on, FLS data, no idea what that is. Barrel, we have 1010, and cross-checked on the first officer side. Descent monitor, rate of descent, speed breaker is required, weather on EVs as required, which is not required, holding pattern as required, precision approach, initial approach, approach phase. So just double check here. We have 2006 knots, some tailwind and crosswind. Temperature to 7 QNH 1010 barrel. Minimums is 215. VREF is 139. Store speed of 134.
Prepare the cabin for landing. Thank you.
And approach speed of 139. Actually, we should be, I think we should be adding the 5 knots here, isn't it? So it should be 144. We can try that. VF for 144. Position monitor manage speed breaker is required. Alright. Continue descent down to 4,000. I've forgotten what our go around altitude is. That's 3,500 feet for our go around. So I can actually just set that there. And now bring the speed down so that we can start configuring for the landing. Our speed is still pretty high, so I'll bring some speed brakes. And there we go. You can see that the misapproach, I don't know what this is called, the misapproach path shows up on the ND once you get closer to the is it to the runway? Oh yeah, probably. It doesn't show up like until you're quite close to the airport. I'm not sure if they do it like through the altitude or through like the distance to the runway or to the airport. I'm not sure how they calculate it, but it just shows up when you get quite close. I'm not sure if that's how they do it in the real life, but that's how it is done on the flight factor. We are still slowing down. I think we have about, I would say, 15 miles of final, so we should have plenty of time. There we go. We have 18.5 miles to go, so still pretty far away. And one thing that I forgot to mention is during the takeoff, I find that comparing to the previous update, um, during like the rotation where I have to like pull the stick, it actually takes like quite a lot of the elevator to actually lift the airplane up. I'm not sure if that's the case in real life, but that's seems to be a pretty big change for the, well, I'm not sure if it's called the flight model, but yeah, the flight model of the A350. Alright, we have about 4 knots of crosswind here at the long final, which is not too bad. Alright, we are about to turn final here. Localizer and glide slope is alive. We have 15 miles to run. And I have the runway in sight. Alright, approach activated localizer, and we have altitude glide slope. Glide slope star. Glide slope. Alright, let's tell cabin crew to take the seats.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please.
And we are clear to land. Flaps 1. Speed brake armed. I really like the flap sound, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to do that. It's like it just stops like halfway. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Flaps 2. Oh, now we don't have any more flap sound. That's weird. It's only for flaps 1, apparently. Check. Alright, I'm going to put the mic down and concentrate on the landing. I hope this is going to work out because the last one didn't actually do too well. So wish me luck, and I will talk to you all once we are on the ground and cabin is secure.
Approaching 3, 6.
Hundred above, 300. Minimum. 200. Terrain. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, welcome to Nagoya. I forgot to start the APU, so we have to wait for that to start up. We can turn off engine 2. And APU is available, so we can shut down engine 1. I'm not sure if the gate is going to work. Maybe not.
Cabin crew, doors to manual, please.
Anyway, I'm going
Cabin crew, the
to
aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
wait for self-loading cargo to do its thing, and once that's done, we are going to watch the replay.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, I hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for flying with us.
I have been speaking for the last 5 minutes and I didn't realize that my mic is off. But anyway, here's the replay of the landing, and I was, I just spotted something. The wheels. I think it is on the wrong side. Let's show that part again. So there we go. Isn't the wheel supposed to be on the other side? So it should incline. So it should touch down on the back side before the front side. I thought that was supposed to be like that. Maybe I'm wrong. But I was saying that this landing was a lot better than what I've done for the previous flight. I've totally messed up the previous one. This aircraft is not easy to land. But there we go, we have done a pretty good job at landing the aircraft. And look at that wing flags. Wow, that was good. Really good. I like that shot. Ooh, that wing flag is a little bit too aggressive. Touchdown. Yeah, I think that wing flag needs a little bit more work. It's a little bit aggressive. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this flight with me on the new flight factor update of the Airbus A350. If you enjoyed, feel free to give me a thumbs up, that will be very much appreciated. Oh, I just saw the beacon lights, it looks very weird. I hope they will fix the beacon lights because it looks pretty cheap. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any feedback, leave them in the comments below. I do read every one of the comments and I'll try to help you out with any questions as much as possible. I do not have all the answers, but if I do, I will definitely let you know. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe for new content in the future. I usually upload about 2 videos a week, so I don't really have a schedule. So if you subscribe and press the bell notification button, that will inform you when I upload a new video. But yeah, I think that there are a lot of good changes for the A350, and I hope that they will fix those little bit of bugs left on the aircraft. And yeah, that's about it. I will be leaving you all here in Nagoya, and I will see you all on the next video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my Discord channel. I don't know why the label is not working correctly, but you can see the link on the bottom left corner here. You can subscribe to my Discord. It's everything to do with flight sim and aviation. So if you are into that, it's a new Discord channel. So feel free to subscribe. If you want to look up the name, it's Flight Sim Maniac. you can search that up. I will also leave the link on the descriptions along with the sound pack and everything. So go check the description for all the good stuff.